Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Liz, and today I'm using the brand new Tati Beauty Textured Volume 1 palette. I am so excited that Tati came out with a brand and a neutrals palette. I love the look that I created with it. If you guys want to see how I created this look and what colors specifically I used from her palette, make sure to keep on watching. But before I start the review and tutorial, if you guys are new, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Or if you've been watching several of my videos and haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, join my family, come on. Make sure to thumbs up this video if you like me and the look I created, and let's jump straight into the tutorial. So today I'm going to be using a brand new palette from a brand new brand, which is called Tati Beauty. If you guys don't know who Tati is, she is actually one of the OG YouTubers. She puts videos up consistently almost every single day, and her subscribers have been waiting for her to come out with her own brand. She is the brand owner of Halo Beauty. I don't know if you guys have heard about that before. I don't really want to go too much into it because I'm not really sure exactly the ins and outs of it. I do know it is a supplement that will help your hair and skin and nails grow, but she finally came out with her own cosmetics brand. The brand is called Tati Beauty, and this is her very first eyeshadow palette called the Textured Neutrals Volume 1 palette. Now, she did say in her video that there are going to be more volumes containing a lot more color than this one. If you guys have not seen this palette, let me show it to you. Before I show you the inside of the palette, I just want to comment on the outside of it. So here is the palette itself. It does come in a sleeve like usual palettes do. The sleeve is the same exact material and look of the palette itself. The palette is a really nice matte soft cover, but the only downside is that if your fingers are dirty or oily, you will get a lot of fingerprints on here. I don't know if you can kind of see some of the fingerprints that I got on mine. It's really hard to do makeup and not get something dirty as you're doing it. So I have a feeling this palette's going to get a little bit dirty on the outside, which is not really a con, but I do like my makeup to look presentable and cleanly. She has a goldish bronze logo on the front saying Tati Beauty, and it does say Volume 1 right in the corner. On the back, it's just very plain. It tells you the type of textures in the palette, that her brand is cruelty-free and vegan, and that's basically about it. The first thing you'll notice about the inside of the palette is that it has a ginormous mirror, which is super high quality. The next thing that you'll notice about this palette is that it has very similar shades. There's actually only 6 different shades in this palette, which are listed at the very bottom. The black row is called Memory, brown row is called Ritual, the orange row, Story, the tan camel row is called Soothe. The next row, which is a cream row, is called Aura. And then we have the colorful kind of pinkish, mauvish, burgundy color called Poet. There is only 6 different colors in here, but there are 4 different types of textures. If you look on the right side of the palette, it lists the different type of textures here. So the first row we have is glitter. And the glitter is not just in the black row, it goes across all of the colors. The next row is metallic. The third row is sequin, which is a matte shade but has glitter in it. And then the bottom row is the standard matte shadows. The different types of textures make a huge difference in the way that the shadows look. For instance, if you take the Poet row, I'm going to swatch the matte shade. This is a standard pink, mauve, burgundy matte shade, but if you swatch the sequin shade, it has the matte shadow underneath, but it actually has a blue sparkle in it, which looks totally different from the matte shade. And the sequins actually do contain glitter in it, which does stay on your eye. It doesn't blend away when you use it like a lot of other sequin shades. The next color is a really nice metallic formula, and when you swatch it, it's actually a mauve-y kind of duochrome with gold in it. Then when you swatch the glitter shade, this one contains silver pink glitters, which is really, really pretty. I'm going to swatch these 4 different colors on my hand. So this is the matte, this is the sequin, this is the metallic, and this one is the glitter. Now, one of the newest formulas that I have ever seen is the glitter shade. It is super smoothing, super creamy, definitely different from any other glitter that I've seen. So I was really excited to try the glitter on my eye for the first time today. Even though these shades are the same colors, as you can see with the different textures, they look totally different. So it is like you're getting a bunch of different colors in the palette, even though the shades look the same, they're actually not. The Textured Neutrals Volume 1 palette does retail for $48 US, and it is currently available on TatiBeauty.com for purchase for the pre-sale. Alright guys, let's get into the tutorial itself. I've already started half of my eye on the right side because I thought my camera was recording and it clearly wasn't. So I'm going to start over on this left side. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually prime my eye with the P. Louise base in shade Rumor 0.5. And I'm going to take a little bit of this on my finger, about that much. And I'm just going to put this all over my eye. Now, I like a really thick amount, so I'm just going to pat this in until my eyelid is completely covered. I'm going to take a dry beauty blender and I'm just going to tap over the whole eyelid to blend everything out to make sure everything is seamless and mixing in with my foundation on the outer parts of my eye. Because this shade is lighter than my skin tone, it's going to make the shadows really pop, which will look really nice. I'm going to take this Aura Matte Cream shade right here. I'm going to be putting it on a fluffy Morphe M535 brush, and I'm going to put this all over my eyelid to set the base that I put down. Even though I'm only using the shade Aura to set my base, I can tell that the shadows are really smoothing and blurring. It's blurring a lot of the imperfections on my eyelid. Putting this shade down first is going to help all the rest of the shades blend seamlessly into the first cream Aura shade. I'm going to take the same Morphe brush and I'm going to go into the shade Soothe, which is this really nice camel matte shade. When I was using the shade on my other eye, I noticed that it was actually deeper than I thought it was. So this shade, even though it looks lighter in the pan, will work for multiple different skin tones. I am using patting motions, and I'm not getting any fallout at all, which is kind of surprising. There is a little bit of kick up in the pan, but it is not bad at all. And the only thing I really care about is fallout on my face, and there is none, which I'm really surprised and happy about. I'm going to take my Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH31 brush, which is a tapered blending brush. And the next shade I'm going to go into is Ritual, which is this really nice deep matte brown shade. I'm going to take this shade and put it in the deepest part of my crease. And then, as you can see on the other eye, I'm going to put it on the outer part of the lid. I'm really surprised that when using this shade, I'm not getting any fallout, because every time I use a deep brown shade, I almost always get a ton of fallout. So I'm really impressed with that. And this shade looks to be more of a cool tone brown. I am just going to take the first brush I used and go over the dark brown and lighter brown shades just to make sure that I have a really nice seamless blend. I'm going to go back into my P. Louise base and taking a little Morphe flat shader brush. This one doesn't have a number. And I am going to cut out the first and second part of my lid. just want to make sure that whatever shade I put on my lid is really going to pop. And a trick for beginners is to actually use your round tip of the brush and stamp that concealer on to make the outline of the crease. You don't have to do it in one swoop like you see other YouTubers do. That is sometimes really tricky, especially if you're new at makeup. The other way is to actually put a little bit on your lid, look up, and it will actually put a mark on your lid and shows you how high you have to cut your crease. And that's a really nice trick for people who have hooded eyes. Now, I do have a little bit of a hooded eye, but I don't want to take my base up that high today. So I am just going to stamp this base on. I'm going to take a clean finger and I'm just going to pat over the outer part of my eye where the base and the shadow meet to make a really nice blend instead of a harsh line. Look how nice of a gradient that looks instead of just having a harsh line where the base and the shadow meet. This will make a big difference when you're going to put the lid shade on and then blend the outer brown shadow with it. The next shade I'm going to go into is the Glitter Soothe shade, which actually looks like this on my finger. It is so glittery, so beautiful, and I am so excited to put it all over my lid. I'm going to take a finger at first to see how it will look, just using my finger to put the shadow on. And if I have to move to a brush, I'll do that after. So I'm just going to take my finger and put it on the lid. Wow. Holy monkey. This is so beautiful. Because I put it right on top of that P. Louise base, it should help the glitters stick. I'm going to take the same brush I used to cut my crease. I'm going to put a little bit of glitter on it and then just get the really detailed parts of my eye. I'm going to take a little bit of the Ritual shade again, put it on the tip of my flat shader brush, and then I'm just going to outline right above the glitter so that it stands out even more. So just right here. I'm going to take a little bit more of the Ritual shade and I'm just going to go over the outer part of my eye and just blend the outer part in with the glitter so there's no harsh line. I'm going to take a Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH39 brush and I'm going to go into the Sue shade. And I'm just going to run this along my lower lash line and really smoke it out. And I just want to let you guys know, in case you're following along at home or in case you're going to recreate this look, she did say that the glitters in this palette are not intended for the eye area. So please be careful when using the glitters. I'm going into Ritual again on the flat shader brush. And I'm putting the shade super close to my lash line. I'm going to take a flat shader brush and I'm going to go into Aura in the metallic texture. And I'm putting this in my inner corner just to really make it pop. I'm going to do some liner, lashes, and mascara, and I will be right back for the finished look and my final thoughts. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I am really impressed with how this look came out. I think this is going to be one of the palettes that I use the most in my life. The colors are perfect for everyday use. I work at a college, so I can't do really crazy looks. So the only type of makeup I really can wear there is neutral looks, which this palette screams neutral, hence the name Textured Neutrals Volume 1. I am really impressed with the formula. I didn't have to work hard. I didn't have to blend hard. The eyeshadow basically blended out for me, which Tati said was one of her main goals. I love the way this came out. The glitter is like no other glitter I have ever used. Let me show you some of these swatches. I mean, this is the creamiest glitter. It's just smooth. it's magical, to be honest. I've never felt glitter like it, and I'm really impressed. Overall, I'm really happy with this look. I'm really happy and impressed with the palette. If this is your jam, if these are the colors that you use on a daily basis, if you love a black smoky eye, a bronze smoky eye, if you love just a good neutral look, this palette is going to be your best friend. I think that's all I have to say. I don't really have any negative comments about this palette. Alright guys, so that's it for my tutorial and review for the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals Volume 1 palette. If you guys liked this video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!